Hello everyone, and welcome to the first ever Mystery Gamer tutorial, as well as the first ever video on the Mystery Gamer 001 channel. If you happen to stumble upon my channel that only lasted a week, sorry, but I just wanted to start over, get a new fresh start, and post videos that are current instead of posting my old videos. So here we are. Anyways, today I will be showing you the user interface system of RPG Maker MZ. That is this part up here. Now, to create a new project, just go to File and press New Project right here. Once your project has finished, you will see this page where you will be spending time creating your own game. Now see how all of this up here has changed the color? Now you can select these different icons. But first, let's look up here. I do want to note that up here and down here are pretty much the same. It's just whether you like pressing drop downs rather than icons, it's your choice. Let's first look at File. File will allow you to create a new project, open a project, close a project, save a project, open and upload to and from the workshop, which is cool because you can play other people's games as well as allow other people to view your project. You can also deployment, which will compress your project into a file to send out to other people. And then of course exit RPG Maker MZ. Next up we have edit, mode, draw, layer, scale, tools, game, which will allow you to playtest, open a folder, and update RPG Maker MZ. And then help, which will give you tutorials on how to do things in RPG Maker. Or just keep watching my videos. Okay, next up, let's move to down here. First off, we have new project, which will create a new project. Open a project, which will open a existing project. Save project, saves the current project. Next up we have cut, which will remove and copy the selection to the clipboard. So you must have an event down in order to do this. Cut. And then you can go over here to paste and paste. Or if you don't want to cut the whole thing, you can press copy and then paste it somewhere else. Then we have undo, which undoes the last action, like that. Unfortunately, there's not a redo or something that brings our thing back, so we would have to create it again. You can also press Ctrl Z to undo an action. Next up, we have map, which switches to the map editing mode. This allows you to create the map that you want. Then we have the event, which switches to the event editing mode. This allows us to place events down that will code the game. Next up, we have the layers. The automatic layer will automatically write to all layers. This means that the game chooses what layer things will be on. And then we have layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4. Let me real quick demonstrate what layers do. So say we have this tree right here. It will automatically be put down in this layer, which is actually the layer 4. But let's say we want the tree to be on layer 2. And then we want another tree. So then we put this tree right there. And then we say we want it above that, both of those trees. We put it right there. Unfortunately, because the grass is on layer 1, we can't put a tree on layer 1. It has to be above layer 1 in order to go on top of the grass. And that is the layers. I will do a video on layers later, but right now I'm just showing the basics. Next up, we have the pencil tool, which will draw tiles freehand. That means you can just place dirt or whatever anywhere you want, like this, and just scribble. Next up, we have the rectangle. It draws a rectangle. So see how I can just drag? I like using this for things like this. If you want to do that, or if you want to just draw a straight path, it's very handy. Next up, we have the ellipse. This will draw an ellipse. See, hold up, let me get this. See how it draws ellipse, or almost a circle or oval? It's very good for when you are drawing a pond or a lake or whatever. Then we have the flood fill, which will fill an enclosed area. That means that you can do this. Just flood or fill an area. There we go. Then we have the shadow pen, which will add or remove shadows of walls. So it just means just tile sets in general. It'll draw shadows like this. Next up, we have the zoom in tool. This will allow you to zoom in. Then we have the zoom out tool, which will zoom out. Then we have actual size, which will display the map at a scale of 1:1. So it kind of resets the map. Then we have the database. This is where you will be spending much of your time. You have actors, classes, skills, items, weapons, armors, enemies, troops, states, animations, tile sets, common events, system 1, system 2, types, and terms. I will have more episodes dealing with each of these tabs right here. Next up, we have the plugin manager. This will allow you to show the plugins that you have downloaded from other places. These plugins will help your game in many different ways depending on their features. Next up, we have sound test. These are music that you can freely put into your game that are already made. Now, for me, I don't like using their music. I like coming up with my own music, but you're free to use this at any time. Here's an example of what one sounds like. So that is just a sample of Battle 1, and I will go more in depth of sounds later. Next we have Event Searcher, which will allow you to search events in your game. Next we have Resource Manager. This will allow you to import and export different files from your files into your game. So if you happen to want your own music into your game, you can import the file from where your music comes from. Then we have Character Generator, which is my favorite feature in the game because it allows you to make your own characters. I will also be going more in depth in this Character Generator later on. Then finally, we have PLAYTEST, which will allow you to test out your game. It also has default music as soon as you get started in the game. Once, you know, it loads. There we go. And that is my game testing. There we go. We can't move anywhere because we put water down, so it doesn't allow us to move. So that's it for the user interface. Next episode, we will be going in detail on the maps, so you kind of know which and where everything is for the maps, and how to create your own. Anyways, make sure to like, subscribe, and have a great day. See you in the next video. Bye.